Do 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 do
Do
do
do
do
do do do do do do do do do do
do do.
Huh?
Do 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 do. A little bit of Marshall Brothers for you guys today.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Sabby and Jaybe show. We are your beautiful and wonderful hosts. Welcome to the Sabby and Jaybe show live on RBN Network. Oh gosh, I'm still laughing. Oh man, just to let you guys know, the Sabby and Jaybe show is live every single Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you are new to the channel, please make sure to hit the like button as well as subscribe, because you know that the YouTube algorithm doesn't like us. Well, we know y'all like us, so that's all we care about. So, yo, this is going to be the music episode. So, Sabs, how you doing today? You said you were busy earlier.
I did a call-in show and it was interesting. It was called Why Are Leftists Losing? And people were pretty livid like on that call. But yeah, I'm excited for this because I've been wanting to do this for a while. So for those of you just tuning in, we've been wanting to do something a little bit more lighthearted and fun with like our show, because we feel like you guys get a lot of news and kind of heavy content from us sometimes. So we want to kind of lighten things up a little bit.
Yeah. You guys get a lot of meat and potatoes. Today we're trying to give you a salad.
Yeah.
We're trying to give you some fruit salad, you know, with the strawberries and the blueberries and the watermelon and the cantaloupe, you know?
Yeah.
And the kiwis. We're trying to, do it upright. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What the hell is in that tea?
I don't know.
Sabby's like, whatever it is, let me have some. So.
My tea is not that strong.
Wait. We both had tea. Cheers, Sabby.
Cheers.
Cheers. Ding. Good stuff. So of course, you know, with subjects like this, it's kind of interesting, right? So as far as, you know, music goes, there is a lot of influence that we have seen. There's influence through, you know, I like to say some propaganda that has happened, but also there's music that it kind of defines an era.
Yep.
And there are certain artists that we know of that define an era, which is kind of interesting. I try to go based on the most eccentric people of an era. The 80s were amazing because I don't know how to phrase it, but it's almost like the eccentricity. I don't know if that's the actual word, but hey, I'm gonna make it up. And so it feels like you have certain people who, you know, they came out a lot, especially in the 80s, but we did have them in the past.
Yeah. And something else we were talking about too, like music videos. So we're going to show different videos. We're going to have it on mute though, because of copyright, but like, we're going to talk over them. But like certain music videos from the 80s, in my opinion, when I compare them to music videos we have today, even some of the ones in the late 90s, I felt like a lot of music videos in the 80s were overly dramatic to the point that like I used to ask myself, like, is it really that serious? So I know the first one I'm going to show you guys is definitely one of those ones that's overly dramatic, and also just some of the things that they were able to talk about back then in the 80s that if you had that today, you would be canceled immediately. Nobody would go for it. But back then there was like a lot more leeway. I feel like there was more artist creativity because they didn't have as many boundaries.
Well, yeah, that also, and the onset of the music business. Do you mind if I read this super chat really quick before we continue?
Go ahead.
All right. So thank you so much. Let me see. Civil Proxy says favorite album of 2022 so far.
I don't
Um,
know new music. Like, I'm not even kidding.
you too?
I don't know new music. I find out about new music from my little sister. And by
Me?
that time,
Oh
it's
my
usually like a
god.
year or 2 years late.
See, that's the thing. Especially, I think what you get. See, I'm not trying to pin this on you because I don't want to say people of a certain age, but I'm gonna say for me as a certain age, when it comes to new stuff, I'm just like, yeah, everything I listen to is stuff that I've already had for years.
Yeah, it's just not. I feel like it's not as good. But people, I don't know. Maybe our parents probably said the same thing about the music that we grew up with. I don't know, but it's just I feel like the creativity is just not there. Like it's I've heard some like well, I will say I've heard some new songs on Spotify that I was told to listen to, and I'm like, this is what everyone's excited about. I'm like, this song is not good. Like, so I felt like back then, I felt like artists put more I don't know, energy and effort into creating their music. There was more talent. Like, so for example, if you look at people like, let's do R&B. Back when we were growing up, R&B was huge. Like you had so many R&B groups. There was Boys to Men, there was In Vogue, there was TLC, there was so many of them and it was really popular, but they could really sing. They
They
could
can sang.
really sing.
Yeah,
But like today, it's like I feel like you don't have to really be able to have a great voice. It's the beat that matters. So you can take an artist that vocally, their vocals may not be that great, but as long as they have a good beat, it'll sell. And I feel
yeah,
like that's where the difference is, you know?
yeah. I think we were kind of spoiled a little bit because those of us who are children of the 80s and the 90s, we had Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston at the same time.
Right.
Like, and I'm not talking about Mariah Carey when she did Honey. I'm talking about Vision of Love Mariah Carey.
Right.
I'm talking about Anytime You Need a Friend Mariah Carey. That's the
Right.
Mariah Carey. We had the Love Ballad Mariah Carey. That's the one we had. And we were just like, oh, I
Right.
had a
We also
vision of love.
had like we had Prince, we had Michael Jackson, we had um I'm trying to think of what's the other we have Prince, Michael Jackson, Madonna. Like you got to
Yeah.
understand, these were some of the biggest artists in the world. And
Yeah.
like today, it's just like I don't feel there's a comparison with like the artist, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. And one of the biggest female groups in history was TLC. You
Yeah.
know, hell, we even had Destiny's Child in the late 90s.
Yeah, and that's another thing. If you look at if you listen to some of TLT's songs, like TLC songs, again, if you had a group of women that young today talking about what they were talking about, it would be taboo. They would be canceled. I remember like the first album they had, remember they had like band-aids. They used to wear like condoms and band-aids like on their clothes. You can't see it's just so different. And they were young. They weren't, like in their mid 20s. They were really young at that point. Same thing with
Yeah.
like um what do you call it? Destiny's Child. A lot of people didn't realize like they were teenagers when they started out. So I
Yeah.
felt like there was more accepted back then that you just probably couldn't get away with today.
Yeah. Beyonce is like a year or two older than me. And she's not that much older than me. So,
Right.
but yeah, I mean, so as far as favorite albums, I'm open to new stuff, but it's just I don't know. It's just for some reason I just never get like I'm just now starting to get into stuff that was brought out after 2010. I'm just now getting to it,
Right.
you
Well,
know?
even like rap music, even like hip hop, it's not the same. Like we grew up with, Tupac, Biggie, NWA, like we grew up with gangster rap. Today, when I listen to rappers, I'm like, what is this? I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know what this is about.
Yeah. Yeah, because when I hear dun, 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 woo, dun, 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 I'm like, what? you know. And the thing is that a lot of times people will be like, "Oh, well, you're an old head. You're just hating on what's new." And the thing is like, there was a kind of a short video essay put out where it actually talked about the quality of music and singing that has happened. And we should do a reaction to this because it's a YouTube video by a content creator. And basically, one of the things that this content creator brought out was that back in the day, we're talking about 50s, 60s, 70s, right? You had a lot of these people that they had chorus in schools. They also had music in church. Then families got together and sang leisurely. And so they had all these hours of vocal training before they even got into the business.
Right.
So next thing you know, this is why you can have a Minnie Riperton. This is why you can have a Jennifer Holiday. This is why you can have, oh my God, I'm blanking on her name. You can have so many different people. Oh, Gladys Knight. You can have an Aretha Franklin. Like Aretha Franklin literally could play piano, right? Like we are marveling at Alicia Keys for being able to play piano, and you got people like I can't believe I'm just blanking on her name again. My goodness, Aretha Franklin. It's like, come on,
Temptation.
So, the Temptations. Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis. Sorry, I had to put that in there.
Y'all's mama's boys.
Yeah.
How you gonna get rid of me? I made you. I made you. That scene where they're all staring outside the window.
Yeah. I made y'all asses. It's David Ruffin in the Temptation. I remember when he was talking. He goes, they want us because we the voices, and we know they love the voices.
Y'all ain't nothing without me.
Y'all just the Temptations in search of a David Ruffin. Yo, Leon played that part, man. He played that part, man. Woo!
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, but yeah. As far as like, what was the first video that you were talking about?
Share?
Yeah, sure, please.
Okay, before I show this, I do want to say this is not to knock on the song. I love the song, but the actual music video is suspect. Like, I have so many questions. I've seen this video so many times. I'm going to share my screen, but JB, you're probably going to laugh.
Uh-oh. I'm looking forward to it.
But look, can we talk about there's so many questions I have about this video.
Oh my God.
Didn't make any sense to me. So Lionel Richie had this song back in the 80s called Hello. The song is beautiful. But I'm gonna just show you the things I didn't understand. So Lionel Richie was an instructor, professor.
Oh my God.
All right. At a college. I'm just gonna play that makes me laugh every time I see this video. So he's still singing. So somehow, today, this video would be considered suspect because people would call this out. Would people not call this out, JB, and say, Lionel Richie got a video where he's stalking a girl. He's stalking his student. What?
Yo, some of the stuff from the 80s is crazy.
I'm going to stop share.
It's just like for instance, Weird Science, that already has enough issues in it as it is. You have a grown ass woman that is that is basically created to be with two teenage boys. That is ridiculous. Like, what in the hell? And then Ferris Bueller's Day Off, you got the principal actually sneaking into the student's house where the teenage girl is alone. Come on, Rooney. You know that you shouldn't be doing that. Like, what in the heck? Gosh.
I know. I don't know what to say. Your turn, JB.
Okay. All right. This. Okay, I'm gonna just be honest with you. For the choreography itself, I love this music video. Okay. Um, and it has a long version and a short version, which gives you the impression of who I'm talking about because he always has a long version. Y'all know. Those of you who are old enough, y'all know. Let me go to the. Let's share my screen really quick. And of course, I'm not going to put on the audio because, well, stuff gets copywritten crazy. So let's. Yeah. So one of the things. Sorry, but but here's the funny part. Like you'll be watching ABC, CBS, NBC, and they'll be like, "Oh, we're doing the world premiere of Michael Jackson video."
Yep.
It wouldn't even be on MTV. It'd be on network TV, and you'd be watching either Black or White or Remember the Time, and it came out on network television. And everybody just sat around for like 10, 15 minutes and watched.
The Black or White video, that one was a big one.
Yeah.
Black or White video, that was a huge premiere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Look at his hair. Where's the guy on skates, JB?
Oh, we haven't got to that part yet. Hang on. Look, them skates were fire. Hang on.
Kids, don't try this at home. Just FYI, do not try this at home.
Who's bad?
So dramatic. So dramatic.
So dramatic. And he had on eyeliner too.
Yep. That was a thing back then, though. Because even like The Rock, like Bon Jovi and them, they used to wear eyeliner back then too.
Yeah. What's his name? Boy George. He made it a huge thing, Listen, but what's funny? What's up?
Murphy Mack said the actor who played Ferris Bueller's principal went to prison for child molesting. I didn't know that. Holy crap. Murphy Mack, why you bring us the news?
Damn.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay. I'm gonna show the next one if that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I told you guys we're coming with the videos. So this one is one of my faves, one of my favorite artists of all time. And yes, I was able to actually see him live before he died. And this one's probably.
Oh my Lord!
When they get
with
to
with the poofy shirts, the ruffle shirts.
The ruffy. Oh, remember Dave Chappelle? Shirts and blouses.
Game.
Let me get to the part
blouses.
Where they.
Ruffles. Man, you knew the 80s were lit.
I know.
Oh my gosh. Oh my. Little red Corvette. Raspberry beret. Oh my goodness.
I don't know. Kim said that's because we accepted Prince's androgyny. That's true.
But you know what's crazy? You have people who are fans of Prince. They will scream over Prince. And yet you got some hoteps when dudes want to be androgynous and then they go, oh, well, the black community, they're emasculating all of our black men. It's like, my brother, have you seen Prince? Come on now.
What did Jonathan? Jonathan said Prince wore butt-out jeans, makeup, and heels, and no one questioned his sexuality. Facts.
Yes.
The women love Prince. Mm-hmm. Love Prince.
So, some of us gays love Prince too. Anyway, but still, of course, John Kemper. Of course he was. Shorty was fine. And he was short too. Oh yeah, Carrie said Prince was so hot. Yeah. Okay. All right, so let me go to the next one. Okay, so there are so many that there's so many different ones that just catch your eye. Um, I'm trying to think of the one that I wanted to go to.
We can have a ball with this, JB.
We can. Oh man, I'm trying to think of there's a couple ones that I wasn't thinking about at the time, but now you got my mind going. But that was the '80s. I mean, as far as the '90s go, gosh. Um, let me see. Okay, here we go. Let me see. Is there a music video? Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen really quick. And all right, so
It says suspended for policy violations.
oh shit.
Still up on Rockfin, but not on YouTube. That's
damn.
I don't know what to do now. Let's see if it comes back, because sometimes this happens and it comes back. So we stopped playing the videos.
Oh, even though we
didn't use sound. That's crazy.
That's weird. That's wild, man.
I don't know what to do. Yeah, because I'm looking at the comments and I look down and I'm like, wait, what? Let me see if let me go into YouTube Studio.
Damn it.
That's crazy because we didn't even play the sound.
Yeah. We just had it in the background. But I guess the images, I guess. Like you can do this without, like if you do this without sound, it's just like, wait a minute. What? Man, we're not even playing the sound.
No, we're not. Let me go in and go. That's weird. On YouTube Studio, it does not show this at all as we go to content. Live stream. See, that's weird. On YouTube Studio, it says we're live.
It does?
See. Yeah, hold on. I might be behind.
Hold on. Let me take a look. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it says we're live.
Yeah.
Hang on. Let me.
Yeah, people are saying we're back.
Oh, we are?
Yeah, in the comments. That's crazy. We didn't even play the music.
Yeah. Man, this is
so we can't show the video.
Yeah, we'll just talk about it. That's crazy, man. I'm telling you, man. Like, what the hell?
See, on Rockfin, you don't have to worry about this at all. That's the difference. I never have to worry about that. That blows. Well,
I was having fun with this too, man.
I know. Maybe we can just show the pictures.
Yeah, stills of it.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Okay, but anyways, what was I saying before we were rudely interrupted by a certain precipitous? And look, the amount of people that stopped watching dropped precipitously because of YouTube. But anyways, like I was saying, the video, it basically showed that, it basically was pointing towards black people, you know, it was like, okay, rich black people. And this was pushed all in our direction by hip hop, right? Because they used to talk about the struggle. Now it's like, oh, opulence. Oh, I'm so rich. I got this. I got so much money. I got that.
Desiree said, according to YouTube, you can show the video only in reaction format. I don't know what that is.
But the thing is that
either way, you're still,
we were talking over it.
Yeah. Very strange. But I see people do reaction videos to music videos all the time, and they're actually playing the music.
Yeah. And then they'll pause after a couple minutes and then they'll react, right? We literally had no sound at all, and we're talking over it, and yet, man, anyway. But
that blows.
Totally. But yeah, so one of the things that it kind of points to that too, you know, and so there's a lot of influence on how we operate even within our own community based on the music, you know.
Okay. Bad Cookie said that means you pause and comment on it. Maybe they just don't like you guys. Yeah, I wouldn't even take the chance now.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna take the chance. Yeah. Oh gosh, because I was kind of concerned about it at first, but you were like, no, because we just keep the sound off and we're just gonna talk over it. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, what's the problem with, like, what if I had a TV in the background that was playing?
Right.
You know? But
balls. Oh, yeah. Well, that's okay.
Yeah. Sweary Fairy said, I blame Metallica. Yeah, they might have had something to do with it. You know, because a lot of these, you know, music groups, they don't want other people showing their music videos, and then they feel like they're not going to get credit for it. But that kind of goes into what I was talking about earlier. Remember when you were talking about how a lot of artists, the music isn't the same. I think part of it is because capitalism at large really has made the music industry into a factory style process where if you know, they just want to take a somewhat attractive face and then put it into mix it with a song, and then that drives sales. That drives, well, now back in the day for us, it was record sales and singles. Now it's also downloads. And so because of that, the record, you know, business basically puts people in such a way where it's like the musicality does not matter anymore. And so, you know, like for instance, Prince can play like what, 10, 15 instruments. I mean, the dude was extremely talented.
Well, he was a child prodigy.
Yeah.
So that's, you know, a big part of it. Speaking of people looking the part, but not really, I guess, playing the part per se, I want to share this image. I don't know if everyone remembers this group, but they were huge in the 90s. And what was interesting about CNC Music Factory.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I want to talk about this. Please go ahead.
The woman here on the front cover of the album, it turns out, even though she was singing in the video, she actually was not singing. They used, what's the woman's name from the Weather Girls?
Martha Walsh.
Yes, it's Raining Men. They used Martha Walsh's voice, and they put this woman in their music videos and had her singing. And by the way, it wasn't just for the music videos. When they performed live, they did the same thing. She was lip singing. She was not singing. So what they wanted to do is they wanted to take someone who was, I guess, what they considered more attractive, someone who looked like a model,
Mm-hmm.
because they knew that would sell. Instead of using Martha Walsh, because Martha Walsh at that time, she
Mm-hmm.
was overweight, and they
Yeah,
didn't think that would sell.
yeah, she was a heavy set black woman. You know, and you know, a lot of them heavy set black women in music, you know, they can sing. You know, they can sing because that diaphragm is built from all that music. You know, and if you look at a lot of the best singers in opera, a lot of them, they fluffy women. And the thing is that's because they honed their craft, right? Because they had to build that diaphragm, which means make it stronger and expanding it out. So with that being said, you know, people like Martha Walsh, she could sing, and yet they chose this whoever it is, you know, to lip sync, and I'm like, no, because if you guys actually did Martha Walsh justice, and then y'all did a live show, and then let Martha Walsh rip on that, you know, live,
Yep.
then she would have killed it live. But you guys had to basically record and lip sync to your own song. Like, what in the heck? The Milli Vanilli of it all. Like, what in the hell? Oh, do y'all know about Milli Vanilli?
Tell them, JB.
Oh, girl, you know it's true. Ooh, 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 I love you. Okay, hang on. Okay, Milli Vanilli. Okay. I ain't gonna lie, they weren't. They were kind of fine. I'll be real with you, but
use them.
Yeah, that's why they used them. Okay, I'm going to show you them. Hang on. Can I expand this? Can I make it bigger?
Girl.
Huh? What would you say?
In the song, they said girl.
Yeah. Girl, you know it's true. Girl. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I love you. Let me see. Hang on. I can say this because we actually had the CD in our house. But this was them, right? I think the one on the right in the blue. Oh my lord, girl.
Should we tell people the story who may not be aware, JB?
Okay. Okay, people. Let's get it right. Okay. So as far as Milli Vanilli is concerned, this was a group of two guys that were attractive, had long braids, were black, and they sang this song. But the problem is that you realize that it wasn't their voice that was doing all the singing. They were lip syncing. And I think one of them or both of them died. But
the one on the left, the lighter skinned guy, he committed suicide.
Yeah, sad. But the thing is that they were phonies, and I'm showing this picture in particular. Oh gosh, I can't talk today. In particular, because they literally won a Grammy over lip syncing.
Yes. This is why. So here's the thing, you guys. How did they get caught? They were doing a performance, and the record skipped. And for those who are not aware, like back then they were using like the vinyl records, and it skipped, and they were still mouthing, and there was no words coming out of the album. So that's how they got caught. And people were like, whoa, they're not actually singing. And they did, I know it was the VH1 actually did a bio story with them years later after the fact, because they left the country. Like, for people who don't understand, this was such a scandal for them. Like, they were treated horribly after this. So like, they left the country. I think the lighter skinned guy was originally from Germany, and the guy in the blue, he was from, I think he was French, I want to say. So when they got caught, they got so much backlash from the press. They had to give their Grammy back. They left. Like, they left the country, went back to Europe, and VH1 did a documentary with them years later. Behind the Music. Yes, Fetish Magic, you're right. And to catch up with them and saying, like, you know, where are they now, what they've been doing. And what I found out during that documentary, guess what? They could actually sing all the time. They got tricked by the record industry because the record company said, we'll let someone else sing this track for now, and then we'll bring in you guys and have your real voices. That was supposed to be the plan. The record company never did that. And so those guys felt really bad because they were like, it sucked because all this time we actually could sing and they could play instruments, but people didn't get a chance to. Like, guys, like, everybody made fun of them. I'm talking like in Living Color, SNL, like it was embarrassing.
Mm-hmm. Now, Charles K said that's not how they were caught. He said their recording manager outed them. I don't know the whole story.
About that. I do remember the record skipping on stage when they were performing and people realized they were lip singing, but that's kind of messed up. I didn't know that part.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really sad, but I'm pretty sure these aren't the only ones. These are just ones we know about, like Milli Vanilli and the woman that was with CNC Music Factory.
Yeah. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Can we talk for a second? Like the dude on the right, like he could have, instead of, I know he wanted to do singing and things like that, but this dude could have easily got into modeling. Like, look at him. Like, good Lord. He could have easily got into modeling. Like,
yeah.
Come on now.
Like their lives were like honestly, when I saw that that documentary, they're basically talking about how their lives were like pretty much ruined after that. Because like where do you go from there? It's like I look back on it and I'm like, these guys were doing flips and stuff on the stage, and I guess I should have figured out, yeah, they're probably lip syncing. They're just like, yeah, there was Girl, You Know It's True, and they had another song called Blame It on the Rain.
Blame it on the rain, it was falling. Yeah, I remember that. We had the CD, in my house, so we wouldn't listen to it. They were entertaining.
Yeah. But so much has changed because, like, I'm going to share my screen. I want to show you guys something with, I just looked up MTV because I have YouTube TV, so I get some cable channels, but I don't have full cable like I used to. But this is when I was growing up, MTV had music videos, okay? It was music videos. I just went to MTV's website and what do I see? Help, I'm in a secret relationship. Like, it's shows. And when we were growing up, right, JB, like you didn't see all like, yeah, I know The Real World, I think was probably their first reality series. But now look, this is all you see. Look, TV. They have this on the home page of a music channel.
Yeah. My thing is, it's like, if you're not going to have music on MTV anymore, stop calling it MTV. Like, what in the hell?
Kudos. I mean, can we really change the name? Like, seriously, just change it.
Just change it.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, what do I need to do to see a music video around here?
Yeah.
Just let it go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Bad Cookies. You're taking me back. The Box. I remember that. That was on channel 11 here in Orlando, Florida. And it was really fuzzy. And then you could literally like pay to have them play a music video. It's basically like pay a few cents and they'll play a music video. So, yeah. Oh,
yeah,
man.
Jonathan just reminded me of what happened with Vanilla Ice. Remember when Vanilla Ice got sued and he tried to defend it? I remember that. Yeah, for people who don't know, Vanilla Ice, like he was also really popular. He was a rapper and he sampled he sampled part of the beat from the song Under Pressure by Queen and David Bowie, but he tried to argue that it wasn't technically a sample because it had that extra ting in the beat.
Yeah. And so then you start to get into like Robin Thicke. There was he came out with that song. I forgot the name of the song, but I think the Marvin Gaye family tried to sue him because it sounded a lot like one of their Um, their songs. Oh, hang on. Yes, I remember Marky Mark. And yes, I also remember the fact that Mark Wahlberg was one of those people that actually was very racist towards Korean family, and he also
Yeah.
did some racist stuff towards black people. Like, yeah, Mark Wahlberg. Yeah, I, other people may have forgotten, but Pepper's Farm always remembers. Let me tell you that much. But yeah, Mark Wahlberg. Yeah, don't get me wrong. When he was Marky Mark, he was fine as hell. Don't get me wrong. Hell, he's still kind of fine. But I'm still not going to forget that. And
Yeah.
while we're at it, I still don't forget when Justin Bieber sang on screen saying one less lonely N-word. Yes, he did that. And a
Yeah.
lot of people forgot about
Yeah.
that in Justin Bieber.
Yeah, this was Marky Mark. As the Boston person here, I just want to say I echo JB's statements. Yes, Marky Mark, like he did have like some racist like issues for people who are not aware. Even though there were black people in the Funky Bunch. And this just goes to show you, just because you have a black friend doesn't mean you're not racist. So he actually, a couple of years ago, when Governor Deval Patrick was still governor in Massachusetts, Governor Deval Patrick is black. I just want to let you know that before I go into what he tried to get done. He contacted the governor of Massachusetts and tried to get pardoned for his racist crimes. And Governor Patrick said no. Governor Patrick said, I don't care. He said, I don't care who he is. No, I'm not pardoning him for his crime. Little bit of tidbit there about Marky Mark, guys.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So y'all, there's a lot of people, they forget it. They're a lot, for some reason, they somehow forget about all this stuff. And it's just like, what? You know, and let's not forget about a lot of the cultural appropriation, aka Elvis Presley, cultural appropriation that happened, you know. And never mind him marrying a 14-year-old. Never mind that, I guess. But
I met Marky Mark's brother.
Which one? Oh wait.
The one that owns Wahlburgers. I met him at Wahlburgers here before they expanded. There used to be only, for people who don't know, there used to be one Wahlburgers, and that was here in Massachusetts. And we went there one day. It was a meetup event. We went there as a group, and he was there. And we asked him if we could get a picture with him, and he was like, sure. He looks exactly like his brother. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, they all have like that, the eyes up here.
Yeah. There's a Wahlburgers here in Orlando too. Right downtown. I never went. But my thing was you know, his brother was also in New Kids on the Block. So his brother had a singing career too.
His brother tried to get Marky Mark to be a part of New Kids on the Block. I don't know if everyone knows that. I should tell you guys the stories. Yeah, originally when they were trying to put the group together, he wanted Marky Mark to also be a part of New Kids on the Block. But the manager, and I forget the guy's name, but the guy who put them together and managed them, he's the same guy who found New Edition. And this was actually a way to get back at New Edition. Because for people who don't know, the manager of New Edition, it was a black guy. He was basically taking money away from the group. So they were going on tour across the country and they were selling out shows. This is like, you know, when they were doing Candy Girl, oh my world. They were selling out shows, and then they were coming back home to Boston and they were getting like a check for $1 because the manager was taking all the money. Like, they didn't read, their families and stuff didn't read the contract. This is actually, you should watch, if you've never seen the New Edition documentary, you should watch it because they go over all of that. But anyway, to get back at them, he decided, okay, I'm going to form a white group because New Edition left him because he was taking money from them. So to get back at them, he said, I'm going to form a white group in Boston and I'm going to make them bigger than New Edition. And he did. And that's the stuff that people just don't know. And so Marky Mark, they wanted him to be a part of the group, but the manager said no. So he went on his own and became Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Gosh.
There's a lot of music history here in Boston I could tell you guys about, like Donna Summer's from here. Like but what they did to New Edition was awful. And that's why till this day, that's why New Edition still goes on tour. Because all those years that they were touring, the record company was ripping them off. They were selling like gold records and they weren't making any money.
Sounds like TLC.
Yep, that was another one. Again, they were young and they didn't read the contract.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so, TLC was not making any money. And next thing you know, because and this is the part where capitalism intersects with artistry, and then capitalism rips, the benefits from artists, for their work. And so, and these artists, I consider them, I consider a lot of them, that are hard workers. They could be part of the proletariat too, because they're literally working for, what they've created. But at the same time, you got these businesses that honestly strip them of their wealth until they start to become people who exploit others. And so, you got people like, TLC, who they didn't have. Wait, I'm sorry, Yipper. You can't be serious.
Yipper's really young. No, Yipper's young.
Oh, okay. All right, Yipper, pay attention. I'm going to show you who TLC is. You're going to know who they are as soon as I show you. Okay. TLC. Okay. Because it's not the learning channel. It's not the channel. Let's see. Which one should I do? I'll do this one. Okay.
Although you can learn some things from TLC.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What about your friends? Are you gonna stand down? Are you gonna let you? Oh man, don't get me started. All right. So this is TLC. T-Boz, Left Eye, and Chili. Left Eye, unfortunately, died years ago.
Yep.
And this was them. Okay, Yipper, have you ever heard the song No Scrub? Oh, he's trolling me. Yipper's like, I'm trolling you, bro. Oh man, I fell for it. Okay, all right. Never mind then. But yeah, but as far as oh yeah. I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Hanging on the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me.
That song is classist too.
Actually, you know what? You're right.
Scrub is a guy that thinks he's flying.
Oh no, son, as a buster.
Always talking about what he wants and just sits on his broke ass. And then to go on to say that if you live at home with your mom, I don't want you. If you're in the passenger side of your best friend's ride, I don't want you.
Oh my gosh. That's a very classist song. Not realizing that some of us, we're broke living at home with our parents because of the situation, because we're victims of capitalism. Damn. Oh, capitalism really did a number on us.
I'm telling you. It taught us to think that you were like people were bad. Like if you were in that situation, instead of looking at the system.
Woo-wee. I'm telling you, man. It is. Oh my gosh. Yeah. That was pretty classist. Or it's like, can you pay my bills? Keep paying my telephone bills. Keep paying my automobiles, and then maybe we can chill. It's like okay, but if I can barely afford to take care of myself, but I still want a relationship with you. It's like, come on, you know. That's interesting though.
Yeah, they told us like not to, that wasn't cool. Eric said, are there any anti-capitalist songs?
Shit. That's famous that we know of. Stop, Sammy. You're making me nervous. I'm gonna start sweating like R. Kelly in a court case. Like I'm trying to think of something. I'm trying to think. Remember when R. Kelly was in front of Gayle King? She's like, "Y'all killing me." He went up a few octaves. Oh gosh.
I found an anti-war song. I remember this one. My dad used to play this one. Let me share. It's the war song. This one.
War.
By Eagle Star.
What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Oh yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah. In fact, it was sang on a propaganda movie called Rush Hour.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know. Eric's got me thinking about this now. Now I'm like wondering if there's more.
Yeah. Let me see. Public Enemy. I know that they did Fight the Power.
Yes.
So, there are some that, it's kind of, but, you have to go back, like some people are saying Bob Marley. Yeah, I mean, I would probably agree with that, but
Grandmaster Flash.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the rap back in the day, oh yeah, Earth Song by Michael Jackson. Yeah.
Oh, that one also talked about climate change. The video did, at least. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that.
Yeah. I know Lupe Fiasco came out with a song called Words I Never Said. He said, what was the words? He said Limbaugh is a racist, Glenn Beck is a racist. Let me see. Israel bombing Gaza. Obama didn't say shit.
Oh.
Yeah. Bruh. Lupe Fiasco went against Obama. He went after against Fox News. Yeah. So
what about they don't really care about us? What about they don't care about us, Michael Jackson? The video, at least.
The thing is that for some reason this song never really interests me, so I never really sat and gave it a listen or looked at music video. I know. It's wild, but
I'm going to show you an image because this video takes place in South America. Actually, I think he's in Brazil. And he talks about all the things that happen, like historically,
Yeah.
There's two different versions of this video because, again, like JB said, he likes to do that. And there's one where he's in prison and he's singing it, and there's one where he's in South America singing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. There's I'm trying to think of some other ones. It's not necessarily anti-capitalist, but they tried to bring awareness, and that was "We Are the World," where they brought all the artists together. But it's basically called A Song for Africa. Here's the thing, though. Like, don't get me wrong. It was full of a lot of great singers, right? Hell, you had all the Jacksons. You had what's his name, Ray Charles. You had Stevie Wonder,
Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce Springsteen. Oh my God, what's her name?
Diana Ross.
Diana Ross.
Everybody who was freaking popular at that time was in that video.
Yeah, the lead singer of Journey. Everybody was in that song. Lionel Richie, with his creepy self. And so, and what's his name? Gosh, he helped Michael Jackson with Thriller. He was the producer.
Quincy Jones.
Quincy Jones, yeah. Quincy Jones was basically the composer. But the thing is that song was supposed to be a song for Africa. Basically, and Willie Nelson was in it too. Thank you, human being. Willie Nelson was in it too. But here's my problem. You guys are singing to benefit Africa while not going after the same government that actually helped put Africa in the position that it was in the first place.
Everybody was trying to help Africa during that time. You noticed that there was a lot of
she was in it. Yeah, everybody.
Yeah, there were a lot of events to help Africa during that time. I remember, if you see all the people in this video, this music video, Hall and Oates. There's MJ.
Mm-hmm.
There's LaToya Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Tito or Jermaine? That might be Randy.
I don't know. They all look alike.
Damn, JB. There's Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah.
Kenny Rogers.
Mm-hmm.
They had everybody, pretty much. Yeah, but you're right. They used to do a lot of those. They used to do that more back then.
Yeah, and those just give 80 cents a day. Those commercials with Sally Struthers and all that. The problem was that people thought, it's just it pushed this notion that they just don't know how to pull themselves up by their bootstraps. So America just has to give out a helping hand. Meanwhile, what they don't know is the United States and other Western nations were the ones that put them there like that in the first place because of all the extracting of resources out of there. And then they use artists that are really good at their craft, like all these ones that we see before us, in order to push this notion that, Africa, by extension, Black people, can't really pull themselves up by their bootstraps. So we got to give them a handout. And it's no, y'all ain't got to give us a handout. Y'all just need to get out of this country and stop messing with us and extracting our resources. That's what y'all really need to do. But, of course, it didn't occur to them, and it didn't occur to a lot of people in the United States because we were taught that if, how many times growing up, Sabby, you seen the little starving kid with the bloated belly who's super skinny, who is in Africa with the flies everywhere, and it's all like mud huts and trash and all that stuff. And then, it's just always and there's always some really sad song in the background. And then come to find out, number one, these Western nations made it like that. Number two, that's not all of Africa. They're just showing the hoods. They're not showing the really nice sprawling cities in places like Nairobi, and they're not showing, and all these, large cities where, you have middle class African people. So, come to find out, it was a lot of lies being told.
Yeah. Jonathan just reminded me of Self-Destruction. I forgot about that one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
Stop the violence.
Self-destruction. It ain't for self-destruction. Oh, man. That was the jam back in the day.
Younger people in the chat, if you haven't heard this song, you should definitely listen to it and look up the lyrics, read the lyrics, because it talks about how neighborhoods were being destroyed.
Yep. Oh, and the OJs, they came out, money, 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 money.
Do.
Money. And the lyrics were, some people got to have it. Some people really need it. Some of y'all do things, bad things with it. Yeah. And that song basically talked about how a lot of people do bad things. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it said, for a small piece of paper, it carries a lot of weight. for that mean green almighty dollar. Yeah. So and the thing is that it just shows that a lot of the socially conscious songs like Marvin Gaye, "What's Going On," that was that was a lot of like you had a lot of anti-war songs. I heard that
Yep.
someone who did a lot of more bass kind of anti-capitalist songs or more left-wing songs was oh my god, he always wore black, Johnny Cash. I never really sat and listened to him, but I heard he was based.
Well, he used to go perform in prisons.
Mm.
He used to go to prisons and perform.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He was different.
Yeah. Well, a lot of from what I heard, a lot of old school country music was kind of anti-war and anti-capitalist. Now, correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, but that's from what I was hearing because I don't really listen to country that much. I mean, growing up. So
that would make sense.
Yeah.
I really feel like that makes more sense, especially especially if you think about during like the Vietnam War.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, and a lot of them actually came out against the Vietnam War. Because the thing is that I wish we would see them come out against the war now. Like, it'd be based as hell if someone big name came out against, the war, the proxy war in the country that starts with a U.
Right.
That would be based. But it would end their career.
Now. Right. And you also have to keep in mind there was no social media back then either.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that has an effect on it too.
Yeah. Remember what I was talking about earlier? How there is every era we have a particular person that is very deeply eccentric that really took the music by storm.
Yeah.
Like for instance, we had, there was oh my god, he was part of the Rat Pack, black guy. I'm blanking on names today. I don't know why.
Sammy Davis Jr.
Yes, Sammy Davis Jr. Then you have people like Prince, Michael Jackson. But let me ask you guys in the chat and anybody's on the rewatch. Would you consider Bruno Mars to be part of that new era of eccentric music people or no?
Nah.
I don't know. Like at first I thought, you know what I mean? But now I'm kind of like, I don't know.
It's hard to compare. Like, I would say Lady Gaga was that eccentric. I would say Lady Gaga was the Madonna for Gen Z. She got some of her style, like, and she'll admit this herself, she got some of her style from Madonna. So it's like,
yeah,
I don't know. But Bruno Mars, I don't really see him as eccentric per se. Like, he has a great voice, but I don't know if I would consider him on that end. I mean, the problem is now, like, there's no CD store to go to, right? Like, there's no Sam Goody. There's no Blockbuster Music. There's no, like, that was the thing. Like, growing up, we would go to the music store and pick out CDs or pick out, cassette tapes or whatever. And now everything's like on Spotify or Apple Music.
Yeah. Well, or like, you guys remember FYE? Yeah, I remember FYE. That was at the mall.
Oh yeah, For Your Entertainment. Yeah.
FYE was pretty based. They also, and here when it was used to be Downtown Disney, they had a what was it, Tower Records? I think it was called. Yeah, there was that down here. You can just go there and they had like literally 2 floors of CDs and vinyls you can just go to, and so it was pretty cool.
Now, like vinyls, I go to like a local record shop. There's a place in Cambridge called Cheapo Records, and you can go there and get vinyls.
Oh, for real?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They're pretty cheap too.
Yeah. A Kid says, Sabby and Jaybe, the golden era of rap wasn't mainstream. Originality was at its core, along with pushing the envelope and challenging the status quo, a la Tupac and others. Yeah.
Yeah, like like I would say like I don't know. This is far back as I know, but my parents like always listened to older music. But Grandmaster Flash,
Hmm.
when I say Grandmaster Flash was more, I don't know if I want to say authentic, but I felt like it was more. Not gonna say authentic. I feel like it was more authentic than like even Run DMC. Not saying Run
Hmm.
DMC wasn't still old school rap, but Grandmaster Flash, if you go back and you watch that video, The Message, is
Hmm.
more gritty. It's raw. It's in your face. It's right. You know what I'm saying? It's right there. There's no fancy production. It's just gritty and raw. Guy just standing on the street and just telling you the story of what happened in his neighborhood.
Hmm.
So I remember that. And then I remember, if you watch the music videos, you'll see the progression. You'll see what happens when like Run DMC comes out. It starts to get a little bit more advanced in terms of production. LL Cool J, you know? So it starts to change over time.
Yeah, it's true. And I'm at a point right now where it's almost like anything that is socially conscious now in music, a lot of times they don't. If you try to go the economic route, it's like, yeah, no, they don't want you to go that route. Now, if you go socially conscious as far as the social route, like um gay rights, women's
Mhm.
rights, things like that, then of course, they're going to be okay with that. They're going to be like, all right, fine, because you're not challenging the status quo with that. But if you challenge the status quo economically, mm-mm, nope, you're
Yeah.
not going to get into the music business, even if you want to.
Yeah, because even Yipper 99 mentioned Childish Gambino. I mean, if you think about that music video, This Is America, I feel like he more so challenged the racial and social issues, not so much economic issues per se.
Yeah, because I saw that music video a couple times, and I was just like, okay, but what about the issues that cause the underlying cause of this? You know,
Right.
um, yeah,
And then some people you just never heard from again. Or maybe they're out there and I never heard them, but some of them they just kind of faded away and you wonder like whatever happened to those musicians.
there's a lot of people that you never hear from again, or if they are, you'll hear from them like rarely. A lot of the people who we grew up with are now doing the they're doing like the old school like circuit now. you know
Mhm.
they're doing like all these group shows. You'll have like a Mary J. Blige, and you'll have like 112 and all of them coming together just to do a big show. You know, and because I mean, it's basically just like what our parents did. You get like Smokey Robinson, the Miracles. You may get the Marvelettes, and you may get the Temptations all in one show. You know what I mean? Where you get a whole bunch of them in one show, and then that would be it. But that's how they started. They started that way, and they continued that way when they first started out. Then they started being independent on their own, and then as they started to grow, like the old group revivals, then they started to come, and do all these shows together again. Now, you have, a lot of these groups that are considered, gosh, it pains me to say old school now, but old school, mid '90s, and people like that. Now
Mhm.
they're, doing all that stuff now too. They're coming together for these shows. Let me
Remember
ask.
Eric B and Rakim?
It's funny. Growing up deeply religious, um, I couldn't listen to this stuff. Like anything that was basically rap, especially during the gangster rap era. Yeah, my mother would not have it at all.
He came
So,
to Boston to perform not too long ago.
oh yeah.
Hmm.
Um,
I don't know how he's
and
doing now.
yeah, I don't know. But I wanted to ask you your opinion on this. You saw the Super Bowl halftime performance, right?
Hmm.
Okay.
It was nostalgia for me. So
It was nostalgia. It was a big nostalgia thing, but given the history of somebody like Dr. Dre, I was like, nah, I can deal without him. Given his history, I was just like, no. Because the thing is that I just and it's kind of weird because it's like the whole time he was on stage, I just kept thinking about, you know, what he did to people like Michelet. And I'm just like,
the problem is, JB, a lot of people I talk to don't know about it. A lot of
yeah,
people that I've told about what happened with Dr. Dre, how he used to beat up women, don't know about it unless they've seen that movie.
yeah. I still haven't seen the movie, but I know about it because I actually saw Michelet talking about it. Funny enough, with Wendy Williams, and Michelet was talking about how she was beaten by Dr. Dre, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like once you have that in your mind, you're like, and then you think about like a lot of the dudes that saw it happen, a lot of these artists that we praise that saw it happen and they didn't do anything about it. It's
Right.
like it's like, dude, really? You
Because
know,
they were probably doing it too.
unfortunately, that's the
Okay.
truth that a lot of people are coming down to is that, you know,
I know. I
yeah.
have to
So
go in 3 minutes, but I
yeah,
wanted to
but
make sure I did. I wanted to do my impressions before I leave.
oh yeah. Okay. I'm sorry, I forgot about that. Um, who, who did you?
So guys, for those who don't know, well, none of you guys know, me and JB, like we were making impressions of ourselves, of RBN, like we were picking on ourselves because we can do that. We can laugh at ourselves. We can make fun of ourselves. Um,
Yeah.
and oh shit, Nick's in the chat too.
Pressure. You know what I miss back in the day, in the early days of RBN. This is the microphone, okay? And Nick will come on there like he's like some late night, R&B DJ. Hey, how you doing, my friends? It's so good to see every single one of you joining us for RBN. All you sexy socialists out there, I just want to say, how you doing, and solidarity, real solidarity to every single one of you. Thank you for joining us. That's how he sounded. It was like he was just like, it was just hilarious because he'd be like all up in the microphone, like he, like he was trying to be a panty dropper, like Nick.
Now he do
Come on,
like
man. Calm
I
down.
think,
Leave something for the rest of us, bro.
but I think he learned JB because you notice his microphone isn't as close to him anymore now, so his microphone is further away. But now he's not looking at the camera. So Nick will start off real calm and quiet, and he'll be like, "Hello, my friends. I am proud to have one of the top reporters with me tonight, my friend, Miss Dear Margaret Kimberly." And then everything be cool. He'll be calm. And then when Nick start getting excited and people start talking about the police and foreign policy, then Nick be like, the microphone will be way over here and the camera right here. And Nick will be like, man, that's why I was telling you guys, the police don't solve crimes. The police don't have anything to do with that. They solve 0.02% of crimes. And that's why I'm listening to these people on Twitter. And I'm like, you guys are jerks. You guys are frauds. And he'll just go up the whole time, not looking at the camera or nothing. It's funny. It's funny.
Yeah. He'll be like, and I ratioed him. He'd be cracking up. And I'm just looking at Nick. I'm like, yeah.
He's like, why you guys think they won't come on? Why you guys think they won't come on here?
And then Here's Nick. I love that. I love when he does that because it's like when he does that when I'm making a point, I'm like, yes, I made it. I made a good point. Nick is proud of me. He's proud of me.
I could do CJ real quick. CJ, another one. He start out real calm. He'll be like, "Okay, welcome to the stream. Let's see how many likes we got. I see we have 200 people watching and we have 194 likes. Let's see if we can get that up to 200. Okay, so Jink Uger was talking about, and then he'll get louder and be like, I know we're not talking about bringing on Nick Brana. Fuck that. And then he'll get calm and go, this is why we can't have rich white leftists lead this movement. I just want to do a quick like check really quick. We have 200 people watching.
Yo. And then I love my girl Josana. Because Josana, you know, it's like Josana is like this regal figure with the gorgeous curly hair, but at the same time, she's like, what you need to do is you need to stop and decolonize your mind. The politicians are not going to do anything for you. You need to decolonize your mind because they think you're trash. And I ask myself, why aren't you out in the streets? And I'm just like, damn, she got a point. You know? And oh damn, Rome.
I got one for Rome.
Oh shit.
So we used to ask Rome back in the day. We used to be like, Rome, do you have any thoughts? And Rome would be like, yeah, I got some motherfucking thoughts. What the hell is wrong with this motherfucker's hairline? I can't. I'll do JB now.
Just get close to the camera. That's all.
JB is like, JB will be like, and so that's why when you hear people make these complaints, that's where it's coming from. And so
I do that? Oh my God.
Forehead kisses, love
you. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm gonna do you, Sabby.
Oh no.
Yeah. Guys, this is why we need to not stay within the Democratic Party. Y'all know what's going on. You guys are sitting here talking about bullshit that the Democratic Party they're doing. God, I can't do it. I can't do it right. I gotta think of exactly what to say. But you know, it's here's Sabby. Share my screen. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Like when I first
get ready. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. We got to end the stream.
Oh man.
Oh
Nick,
man.
Nick and them gonna kill us though. Nick's will be like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. It's gonna be all in the chat. They're gonna be like, what the hell? But you know what? I think we do it because we see how much they care, and we kid out of love. But I just want to say that I am grateful for all of our RBN members. because the thing is that you guys have taught me so much, and so. Oh yeah, Angela Sangster, progressive. Sorry, I had to do that.
Oh man. Oh
But
man.
but yeah, so I mean, that is it's just good that we actually are able to, you know, be together and put out, great content and education so that we can let people know that the power that they truly have and they can wield that power.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
I have to get going because pasta's gonna be coming on in just a second.
Okay.
So I'm going to get ready for that. But let's do a quick like check really quick. I see there's 100.
By the way, I gotta check on Rockfin. Um, we have a few people watching on Rockfin. Thank you so much, John.
Bye.
John Kemper, thank you so much for the tip on Rockfin. Thank you so much. He says simply F YouTube. I got to be careful because I don't want YouTube to come after me anymore. So bye. Oh, she left. All right, gotta go, people. Uh, and by the way, just to let you guys know, please make sure to give a like and make sure like check 1 2 1 2, and make sure to subscribe. What the hell? What the hell is wrong with me? But thank you so much for watching, everybody. And yes, of course, like Sabby imitated me, forehead kisses, mwah, to every single one of you. I am saying goodbye. Goodbye. Love you. And solidarity. 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 Solidarity.